How do I look? Good? I hope so. Hey, how are you doing? My name is Sean, and we run an RV solar shop called Soda Solar, and we put solar on RVs. Imagine that. Today, we're putting 1,000 watts on an outdoors RV. I know people love them. We like them for the most part, too. We're going to explain what we're doing. We're putting some Victron solar energy components in there, Epic batteries. Let's get to it. So we're already well into this project, and this is the way we've been doing these videos lately. And if you're a first-time viewer, I want your opinion. If you're a long-time viewer, I want your opinion. As far as how do we start these videos out? Right now, I like to do all my investigation. I figure out how we're going to route our wires, where we're going to mount our batteries. I'm going to have to wait a little bit till we get inside because we got our scaffold up here right now. But I like to do all that and kind of figure out what's gonna work, what's not, and then I start sharing it with you. If some of you would like the earlier preliminary video stuff, let me know in the comments down below. But I feel like the algorithm wants this, and this is what people really want. How do you actually do it? So that's what we're gonna start with, okay? So we're gonna be putting the equipment in here, and we've already put a hole there. Just got done doing that for where we're gonna run our main cables down. So if many of you aren't aware, a lot of times what we'll do, we will put together a board like this, and this has got this fireproof fiberglass covering on here. And what we'll do is we'll lay it all out here, and then we'll slide it in there and mount it. So that way we do all the wiring out here where it's nice and comfortable, where we can do a good job and we can plan it out rather than laying down in that compartment and muttering things we can't say on YouTube under our breath, maybe. So this is what we like to do. The other thing we do while we're putting this board together is we're thinking about where our switches are going to be. Some of these switches could be more convenient if they were placed other areas. I guarantee it. However, I think it's important that you be able to access these switches and fuses and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're doing here. This part of the board is going to be next to the far door on the outside there. So we're going to be able to get access to these fuses here, see the indicator lights, put the solar breaker right here and the main disconnect breaker right here as well. And I think we may even, we'll have some raceway running up to that, and then we'll come here, we'll have some raceway here. We're going to have a lot of raceway on this one, and another piece of raceway here. That's what this stuff is called, if you're not aware. And we just love it. So let's talk about what we're actually putting in here, right? 3,000 multi-plus, and this is just a placeholder. We just got the one in a box over there that we're going to be putting in here. This is a multi-plus 2, but because this is a 30 amp RV, we don't need the multi-plus 2. We just need the multi-plus, well, we do need a multi-plus 2, but not the 2x120 version here. So here's this 2x120. We don't need that. It saves you about, I don't know, 50 to 100 bucks if you don't use the 2x120. So the 2x120 here has 4 inputs for L1, L2, neutral, and ground. As an example here, I have a board for a 120 only version, and it has the just L1, ground, and neutral. That's it. So on a 30 amp, that's all you need. We do repair some Victron stuff. That's some stuff that we got to repair. So anyway, we're going to be replacing that, but this was just to lay out the board while we were waiting for that. We got the 100 amp controller. Customer could have went with a 70. We talked about it, but like we've talked about before, having a larger thermal mass here definitely helps with charge efficiency and this thing not derating. So that's why we're going with the bigger one. And then, of course, the Lynx distributor. That's a giant bus bar that keeps everything safe and protected. And then this is really tricky on how to lay this board out. I think we're going to put the Lynx, or not the Lynx, the Serbo GX here. And actually, as you can see, this is a Serbo S. These are going out of stock, style, whatever. Victron is no longer making these. We have a couple in stock. It does save you a little bit of money. You lose out on a couple of your analog inputs. But for most people, this one works really well. So we're going to be putting that in there and the display in there, all that stuff. Believe it or not, we have the solar already mounted. Let's talk about that for a moment, huh? Before actually we go up there, this is the solar panel we pulled off. And this is a Zamp solar panel. What is it rated at? 170 watts only. I don't know why they keep putting these on here. This is about the size of a 200 watt panel. And it probably costs about $300-400 from the dealer. I don't understand. Make it make sense. So what we put up here, we got a little bit to clean up on our wiring here, but what we ended up putting up here was 1,000 watts, 4 250 watt panels, and we ran those in series pair, paralleled it all together. It's not our ideal situation to have a panel facing that way in series with this one. That was really the only way we can make it work. If we would have cut down that vent there, we could probably have put another panel right there, and that would have been really slick too, but it is what it is. We ended up going with the 250 watt panels because they would fit, and that's how we get 1,000 watts. Actually, believe it or not, the plan was originally to use our 200 watt panels there, but once we realized we could only fit 4, we were hoping to go for 6. This is what we did. So sometimes we make a move. That's the way it goes. So this is where we're at so far in this project. I do have Levi helping me out. He's my son. He's been part of the company now for, I don't know, a month or two, and he's come along real well. He actually did. He installed all these panels. They look pretty well. Just got to clean up the wiring a little bit. And anyway, we're going to continue to work on this, probably get the board in, and then we'll share how we're mounting the batteries and all that stuff. It's a little complicated, but I can't really, well, actually I could get in with this scaffold here because this is a 2-door model. All right, so inside the RV here, we got a couple of things going on. Let's start with our battery installation locations here. So we've got this space right here in between these 2 drawers, and I just put this battery here to see if it was going to clear the top of the board that's normally on here, and it does. So what we're going to have to do is pop this support out and put 2 other ones beside it, and then put the batteries right in the middle. But that'll should work really, really well. We'll be able to put 2. I'm pretty confident we'll be able to put 2 of these Epic 300 amp hour batteries right here, and we won't take up any additional storage for this customer. So really feeling good about that. And then we'll run the wires straight out into the compartment here, and then up along the ceiling, and then that should be pretty easy. The solar charger on this one is right there. We've got to, what we'll end up doing with that is, it's a little hard to show you right now because I got this bed apart, but you can see here, there's a solar positive, solar negative, battery positive, battery negative. What we end up doing with that is we'll just tie those together, like crimp the connections together, and then that'll go straight to the battery, and then I'll show you out there. We'll disconnect it from where the battery normally would be, and then we'll run those wires up into our compartment there where we're doing all the work, and we'll run that into the solar controller. Does it make sense? Basically, we're converting the battery wires that are up there to solar wires. So we don't have to rerun that, because who knows where that route is being ran. All right. Yeah. Oh, and then as far as display location goes, the scaffold is outside right in front of this door. We're going to put the display right here. This is going to work out perfect because this is like a hollow wall, and there's a vent pipe going up here, and we have access to it right down in there, which is right next to the converter location. And so we need to run our 2 AC lines. That's the power that comes out of the inverter. We need to run the ins and outs there, and then we'll tie that into the existing panel, run the HDMI to the screen location, get that installed, and then we're home free. Now, all the things I described sound super simple, at least to me, but it all takes time, and that's what you're here for. So stick around. We'd love to have you along for the ride, not just on this video, but for all the work we do. So go ahead and subscribe down below. It's real easy. It only costs you a little bit of time, but if you don't like what you're paying for it, let me know, and I'll try and refund you in any way I can. Try. I don't think I can give you your time back, but I do appreciate you here. So without further ado, we're going to get back to work. Think about any questions you may have. Leave them down below. We'd love to help you out. And, if you're looking to get something like this done to your RV, also check us out at sotasolar.com. Leave a message in the comments. We can try and get back to you there. Or, figure out some way to contact us. We try and make it pretty easy, so. All right, so we're putting together the board here. I got the old tap and die set out because why not, right? Anyway, we've got a saying around here, which is every project we do is the best project we do. And we're changing things up and we're adding one more better thing that's making this the best project we've ever done. And this is what it is. So we got our main breaker up here, right? So we're going to have to do a loop of 4/0 cable from here up into here. Now the problem with that is typically you got to put a nut and bolt through this to make that connection. But I always hate doing that, and I'm sure you do too. So what we did was I got these M10 bolts with a 13 millimeter socket end, which I like because I like consistency. This is all 13. Now this right here is 17 millimeter, but it's a shuntic and whatever. But it just stinks when you got 13, 13, 13, and then 14. Ooh. So anyway, but drilled and tapped, or actually I didn't even have to drill it. It was the right size. Just tapped it. And so now we will be able to just put a lug right on there and run that to there. No bolt on the, or no nut on the backside. Did I just say? Sometimes I get my nuts and bolts mixed up. All right, we are still working on this board here. I've come up with my little jumper here that's going to go onto there and into there. And I was doing some other stuff, so Soda Solar Jr. here, Levi, people keep, well, I don't know about roasting you in the comments, but
oh man,
they say they can't understand you or whatever, but
you're just too old.
all right. Okay. So I happen to see him struggling with this right here, and I've talked to him about it before.
What?
But he must have forgot.
Oh man.
Okay. So what do we got going on here? What are you trying to do?
Trying to put it in the hole.
All right. So he's trying to get this lug onto that terminal, and this is 4/0 cabling, and you can tell it's pretty tough to do, right? So what we typically do is we will do a 3/8 inch lug on that rather than a 5/16. But if you screwed up like Levi did,
drill it out.
Yes, you can.
Step drill bit.
Yep.
That's what they tell me.
He doesn't always. He's just being silly. Let them hear like your normal voice.
No.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna be putting this together. We also got to clean this up a little bit too. He didn't know about that. We got to polish that up. So we'll take care of that real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, Levi's going to do the honors here. Let's see if this works any better. Oh, look at that.
Holy guacamole. Yes.
Holy It is Tuesday.
God forbid a man makes jokes about guacamoles.
The people do really like you. They like having you on the channel. They do.
I don't believe it.
Leave a comment down below for in the next video. Levi will answer a couple of questions that people leave in the comments.
Couple of questions.
Yep. So leave them down below.
Leave them down there.
Yep. All right. So we're doing the positive here, and Levi's got this one put together, and I polished it up. It looks real good.
That was me.
No, I did that. And I polished this one up here too, but I wanted to point out that you got to nibble the end off with, I used like one of these cable cutters, and you got to do that because otherwise it doesn't fit with that fuse. So it's critical that you do that, and that's what we do here. And we use the 5/16 lug on this because we need as much contact area with that fuse as possible. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, so we got this all completely wired up, programmed. We're about ready to put it in there. And I want to show you something that I did to make this a little bit more usable. So one of the things that we're going to kind of lose access to, or easy access to, is the switch here for turning this on and off. But Victron provides a solution for that. They've got a Phoenix connector here called remote on off, right? So we wire that into here and we put a little switch right here so we can go, and that turns off. Then you can turn that and it turns back on eventually. There it goes. So just wanted to share doing that. I think the customer will appreciate that. All the controls right here, but this is embedded in the raceway, so I'm going to keep that raceway on. So we'll take it off the power supply and get it in there, and we're dangerously close to getting this hooked up and maybe even wrapped up. We're shooting for end of day.
I've been shooting for end of day. You've been a doubter. Debbie.
Here we are underneath the bed again. Well, we're not under the bed, but we're looking under the bed because this guy just got done wiring up these batteries here, and I think he did a great job. Look at that, how well that fits right there. It's pretty much perfect. They were a little tight fit, but I think it's going to work out great right there.
Yep.
And I'll figure out a way to hold those down here.
Yep-a-doo-ba-doo.
People keep saying you say like weird things. Be normal. Be normal.
I don't know how to be normal.
Oh my gosh. All right. Hey, let's go turn it on. Let's go see if this thing works. Because the next thing we need to do is, here, let's turn the light. We need to figure out which of our shore power lines are the correct ones here. So which one goes to the panel? He blocked our light, sorry. Which one goes to the panel and which one goes back to the plug? I didn't explain that very well. We're just gonna jump to turn it on. All right, let's go turn this bugger on. Come on. Levi, people want to get to know you. They want to know the real you.
Let me turn it on with this.
Okay. He's got too much power. All right. So
this one? I think it's this one.
Yeah, that's going to be really hard to do with that thing. I don't know if it's going to do it.
That's what they tell me.
So here we got our board all wired up in here. We're just starting to put some of the raceway on, and Levi abandoned the grabber. Oh, boom! All right, we got lights.
Didn't blow up.
Yeah, nothing blew up. Inverter's on. That's on. Shunt's on.
You go do the button.
No, the button's already on because the inverter's on over there. I can tell from the light. So, let's go see which of let's go see which of the shore power cables are. He's really been excited for that. I'm getting the cables here prepped, and Levi, can you give me the multimeter?
Yep.
Thank you. That thing does come in handy. No.
What's this?
Stop it. We're trying to get work done. All right, he's turning it on, and we're going to find out which of these is inverter output and which one is input. You go, is it on? Yeah. All right. $80 volts, that's kind of weird. Well, for some reason I'm getting 80 volts AC. We'll have to look into why that is. But that would appear to be our output. And we'll see. I may have a bad connection in my multimeter, or maybe my meter is getting, I don't know. So, one problem at a time. Well, I hope this would be me saying, hey, it's all done, check it out. But we're this close, but it's after 10 p.m. on a school night, so I probably got to call our quits here soon. But let me show you what we did do and what we got going on right now. Oh, hey, check this out. Check this out. We got that screen going, and I did figure out the voltage thing. The issue with that was we had AES mode on. So in AES mode, remember when I checked the voltage down there, I got all that put together. It was at 80 volts. That was because AES mode was on. We were in modified sine waves, so that's why it was picking up 80. But once it switches to real mode, then it's at 120. Or I like to set it to 125, actually. But that's working. We're charging. Got our batteries charging. And as you can see here, we are cooking. I feel like that's a tick louder than most of them. But when it's down here, you don't really hear it. Hey, look at that. We got it done. Thanks for watching through all this. Let me show you how everything turned out, but we've had a great time working on this one. Let's take a look. So here's how everything turned out in the bay. Plenty of room to still put stuff. We got our raceways on here so everything stays good and protected. And it's been running actually for a couple days now off grid. And let me show you the state of charge. Hey, look, there's a bear. Hey, bear, come here. Come here. The people want to say hi. Oh, what do you see? He sees something. No, nobody's in there, Mr. Bear. Bear, come on. He's usually not this, oh. All right, there you go. Yeah. All right, let's take a look inside here. And look at that. Battery's at 100%, and it's only 9:16 in the morning here. We're in great shape. Battery voltage is good. That's something I want to mention to folks is what is full? Full is when the voltage is generally over 14 on a 12-volt system, 28 on a 24, and whatever double 56. 56 on a 48-volt system. And no or very little amps going into the battery. And that's where we're at there. So that's full. That's full. And yeah, everything else is working great in here. We got our bed put back together. We didn't lose any, again, we did not lose any drawer space. We did not lose any storage space in here at all. We just used what we call like hidden space or lost space. That's what I should call it. Lost in space. Yeah, whatever. So from all of us here at Soda Solar, myself, Sean, we got Bear here, as you've met, and Levi, who's been helping out. Also want to mention JD down in Quartzsite, Arizona. He's been doing work. He works with us in the summer up here, but he's got a shop down in Quartzsite, Arizona. If you need help down there, get in contact with us, and JD can help you out. We've also got somebody that, a good friend of mine in Florida Keys area. So if you need help down there, give us a shout. We can connect you up with him. He's a great installer as well. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, ask us a question, even a silly question. Like, what's the fastest land animal on Earth? Which we all know is a cheetah, right? All right, sodasolar.com.